Guys, welcome back to the Don Trap, where we trap Don. In today's video, I want to say, fuck those kids. Let's be real. Most men ain't saying fuck them kids out of hate. They saying it because they tired of being expected to save a situation they ain't create. I know for a long time, like, I used to always laugh at my friends and be like, damn, man, you messing with another girl who got kids? Like, why is it that I'm never coming across these women that got kids? And then I finally broke my my trend that I was going through life when I hit around 35. I finally decided to talk to this girl who had kids. And she only had one kid, but he was so young, right? So, you know, it really wasn't that bad. But as I went on in life and dealing with girls who had kids, I noticed that all of these women, instead of going back to their baby daddy, they were looking for a man to replace their baby daddy. And what I've come to notice is you can't replace somebody's real father that's in their life. And because you're not their real father, the kid is always gonna have in the back of his mind, that's not my dad. I don't have to do what he says. That's not my dad. But see, these women want you to play dad. They want you to correct the child when the child does wrong. They want you to play with the child, take him places, do everything that their real dad should be out here doing. And one thing, me personally, that I've come across, that I'm sure plenty of other people have come across also, is eventually you start to see the baby daddy coming out of the fucking child. And that shit, like, I don't know, me personally, and I'm just speaking on myself, that started to do stuff to me mentally. It's almost like I'm sitting in the house, but I gotta look at your baby daddy every day. Because your child looks just like the motherfucker and doesn't look nothing like you. And you may call me vain, you may call me lame, you may call me whatever words you want to call me for saying this. I'm just saying the truth. And the truth is, eventually that shit gonna start to fuck with you. The truth is, eventually it's gonna dawn on you that, damn, her baby daddy walking around the room, walking around the house, because this nigga look just like him. And then it's also this whole thing of, can a woman really even love you, or is she even attracted to you? Nah, scratch that. It's really like, how can I say this? Okay, we get into relationships, right? And the last thing that we want to think about when we're in a relationship is my significant other still thinking about their ex? And when you're in a situation where you got a child in the house and that child comes from a broken relationship, or comes from a one-night stand, or the ex was abusive, or any of that, like, they're never gonna be able to get over that. Why? Because they got this little nigga walking around the house looking just like the motherfucker they hate. So how can there ever really be peace in the household if she's constantly reminded of the bad that was in her last relationship, or the bad choices she made in life? How can she ever bring peace to your life when she has this constant reminder every single day? How can she really focus on just you? And that's why I've gotten to the point now, like, if I come across a female and she says she got kids, I'm not dealing with it, even though I have kids myself. But at the end of the day, like, they want us to compromise. But me personally, I don't have to deal with that. I don't. And you don't have to deal with it. And you don't have to deal with it. If she's telling you, now, I would let things slide if it's a situation where she was married and her husband died. That's a little bit different. But a lot of y'all come into the world of dating and stuff, and y'all are coming into the world of dating with this baggage and this heartbreak and all this stuff surrounding this child that you're coming into the situation with, and you're hoping to make this fantasy or dream come true situation happen. But that's never going to happen because you're still holding on to the baggage of your last relationship. And I just suggest women, with all that being said, and hopefully what I'm saying is making sense, but I just suggest women that if you have kids, either go back to your baby daddy or stay single forever. Do one of the two, because right now you're bringing drama into men's lives. And I get it, you need help. But another thing that trips me out about the whole situation is a lot of these women aren't even going back to their baby daddies for the help. I've had multiple relationships where they looked for me to play baby daddy, play father to their kids, but didn't even have their baby daddy on child support. Like, how are you looking for a man to fulfill a gap of a nigga who you not even push pushing to get help from. It don't make no sense. It makes no sense at all to me. And like in my last relationship, I did everything. For a whole year, I worked and let my ex stay home with her kids. Not my kids, with her kids. And I took care of everything. Now, you may call me a simp for doing that, but there's other reasons why I did that. Because I was really trying to prove a point. In all that time that I gave her, to be with her kids, she still would let her kids disrespect me. She still would not go to her baby daddy when the kids needed something important. Perfect example. Her son lost his phone. Instead of calling her son's dad to get a replacement for the phone, she comes to me and tells me her son wants an iPhone. Can I get him an iPhone? Mind you, I use an Android. What in the world makes you think that I'm about to go and spend over $1,000 on a phone for a middle school kid? And why would you come to me before going to your baby daddy first, who hasn't done anything for your son in months? Actually, in over a year, probably. Why would I do that? But this is the delusion and the craziness that these females have nowadays. Like, nothing in your brain has told you, let me go talk to my baby daddy before I go to my boyfriend to get the help. But that's what these women are doing. They're looking for a replacement. They don't want to deal with these men no more. And they're hoping the next man will fulfill what was supposed to have happened with their husband or with their baby daddy. And it's wrong and it's dirty. But anyways, hopefully I'm making sense in this video to a lot of y'all. I know a lot of y'all probably are feeling me and going through what I'm going through. And I mean, I'm gonna pray for y'all because I know it's hard. It's really almost impossible. And yeah, you have men out here who have gotten with these women who have kids and they have a happy relationship, but everything's happy now. What happens when you go to that child and tell that child, go take the trash out, and he looks at you and says, you're not my daddy? I ain't gotta do it. Because you gotta remember, once these kids get into high school, and they in middle school and they're around other kids who ain't got their father around, and they're talking about all the men that their mamas is bringing into the house, and they're telling their friends, oh, I don't do what that nigga say. I ain't gotta do what he say. That ain't my daddy. Guess what's gonna eventually happen? Eventually, that kid is gonna come back into your household and do the exact same thing. So everything may be sweet now, but eventually that kid gonna come around and he gonna hit you with that, you ain't my daddy line. And you gonna be sitting there looking like, motherfucker, didn't I just buy all the clothes on your motherfucking back? Didn't I buy them shoes on your feet? Didn't I buy that PlayStation that's in the room? So I say that to say this, like, be careful when dealing with women who have kids. Find you a chick who ain't got no kids. That's the best thing that you can do, is find you a chick who do not have no kid, who don't have that baggage. Because as long as they got that kid and they bringing that kid into your household, she's bringing all the baggage of her past relationship into your household as well. And with all that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the Dime Trap, where we trap these dimes and we expose the bullshit that they trying to put us through. Like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're going through the same thing, let me know what you're going through and I'll get back with y'all. Peace.